Well, it's cold here in Mexico. Where, to be sure, it's like in the 60s. It's not like really cold. So it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been on the phone, via text, via phone calls, all day long. Look at me waving my knife around with family problems. And then, to be sure, they are serious family problems. And I'm a little stressed out. I have leeks, carrots, and a potato. So I'm thinking I'm just going to make some kind of leek vegetable soup just to give me some comfort, because other than that, I was going to have a salad. And who needs a salad when you're under duress? So I normally don't peel my potatoes, but I did this time because the peel looked a little bit green, and I know you're not supposed to eat green potatoes. However, I don't know, when you were growing up, didn't your mom always she didn't care, let's just peel the darn potatoes. It might have a little spud on it or an eye on it, and then you just remove it, peel it, you eat it. We never died. Thanks, Mom. So I'm using this one potato. The other one did have a couple of eyes on it, so I said, we'll just risk my life with this one potato, this one carrot, and this one big leek. And that's gonna be my soup. Now I'm thinking for the stock base, I have, the chuleta, which is the ham cutlet from my barotes. But I've decided that I am going to make this with miso. Rather than a chicken bouillon, I just want to make it with this white Japanese miso paste, which I think will be lovely. It's got all the umami you want in it. Let me see if I have a shiitake. I'm not going to make this totally Asian, but I am going to make it lighter. So this is all going into my pan. See you in a little bit. Oh, look at my face. You can see what family stress does to you. Be right back. There are no rules about using butter with miso paste. And I use miso paste a lot, so I'm really content using it. I'm gonna throw in a little more butter because I got quite a few veggies going on. And this is real mantequilla here that I get at my local grocery store. And next time I'll get the homemade one that I get at the sortidor, which is really kind of cool, and it smells so fragrant. Here we go. Yes, I'm dumping it all in at once. I guess I should have gotten a bigger pot. It'll boil down. Or cook down eventually. I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to stir that up. So leeks and potatoes and carrots take a little bit longer to saute. So I'm going to let this get nice and hot, put a lid on it, and let it just simmer for about 20 minutes. I'm also going to add about a quarter cup of white wine. I drink Sauvignon Blanc, so that's what I'll put in it. So I think with the white miso, the butter, the Sauvignon Blanc, this should be a pretty nice soup. It almost looks like a soup right now. I won't make a joke on that. I almost forgot. You need to sweat vegetables while they're cooking. So I'm adding my Himalayan salt. Remember, I bought like 5 pounds of it. I'll be using it for quite a while. A little black pepper. Again, I'm not going to go all Asian on this. No ginger, no soy sauce, but the miso is a definite. And I think once you try miso as a soup stock base, you're really gonna love it. Wow, it's looking really nice. Okay, so it's been about just 10 minutes. I'm going to give it a stir. Yeah, it's all getting nice and soft. But I can tell that I don't even have to I can't get the spoon through it on the potatoes or the carrots. So I'm going to let that go a little bit longer. And I'm not going to add water yet. I'm going to do that when I know they're really soft. Anyway, I took a taste of a part of the leek. Oh my God, it was really good. Just with salt and pepper and just what I have in here with the butter. Everything's better with, oh, where am I? Hi, with butter. Okay, I'm gonna go in. That's a 1/4 cup. Third. Okay, maybe a half. Maybe not. Más o menos. Which means more or less in Espanol here in Mexico. So I'm gonna let that kind of burn off a little bit. So I'll keep the lid on. Turn this to a medium. Oh, didn't mean to swirl that around like that. Be back. Yeah, the potatoes are soft. They break right through, as do the carrots. So I'm still steaming out the little bit of wine that I put in there. And that just adds a little tang. Makes you feel very European, as my brother-in-law used to say, and he is European. European. Anyway. And that's interesting that I should mention Farham, my family in France. Darius, my ex-husband, my sister-in-law Roxana, Valerie, my other sister-in-law who I adore, and Shuku, my mother-in-law, who just passed away 2 weeks ago. So it's kind of nice that I'm making a leek and potato soup. It's not traditional, but it has traditional feelings for me. Good memories. Adding some water. I'm going to add probably 2 full cups. I don't need it to be too watery. And then once this starts to boil again, actually right before it gets to the boiling point, just 2 cups, that's when I put the miso in. Miso, for some reason, does better when it's not boiled, from what I've read, but when you reheat, of course, you're going to get to a boiling point anyway. So this will boil, then I'll put it down to simmer, then I'll add the miso. So it's starting to bubble. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. This is about 1.5 tablespoons of miso. It's supposed to be white. It doesn't look like white, but anyway. But what you do is you add a little moisture and you just kind of stir it around. Because if you just plop it in, it's harder to mix it in. So you kind of gotta slowly integrate it. It doesn't take too long, especially if your soup is hot. Whatever you're making is hot. Everyone thinks miso is only for miso soup. It's not. It's for anything you want an umami flavor for. So, umami means it's got this sort of warm, almost meaty flavor to it. You find it in mushrooms a lot. In fact, I'm going to show you my umami powder from Trader Joe's, which I mentioned in my last recipe. And I really love it because it has all of this wonderful mushroom flavor. I'm not going to, got most of that in. Watch out, baby. So, Gia found something else to play with, an Amazon box that I was getting rid of, but it's too much of a good toy for her. She's like a puppy. Are you really teething? Anywho, so let me put this back here, finagle it, get her booty out of the way so I can get the umami powder. Yeah, baby, watch out. Okay, so this is the thing I'm bragging about from Trader Joe's. And I think I'm going to put a couple of dashes of this in here. Oops. There we go. Whoa, I kind of dashed all over. So this is really looking good. Oh wow, I can't wait to eat. I'm hungry. I'm not going to try it yet. I'm going to let everything marry because I like people and things to be merry. Because it was not a very merry day. So my heart goes out to my family. It's not a crisis that can't be overcome immediately. But we all have our problems. See you in a minute. Okay. Now I could have pureed this, but I don't think I want to. I'm just going to go old school. These potatoes, everything is just falling apart. I'm using one of my rice bowls or soup bowls, my Chinese soup bowls, and I'm just going to, ooh, ouch, that hurt. Try it this way first. Oh my God, it smells wonderful. All right, this is the first round because I think I want to soup this up, soup up my soup with a little cream and then puree it. But I want to try it just as it is right now. The umami, the potatoes, the carrots, the leeks, salt, pepper. Oh my gosh. That comfort in a cup. It tastes so fresh. It's like I didn't need to do much else than the few ingredients that I put in it, and I'll put the recipe below. So you don't just see my mouth. Oh, you can just see my mouth. Hello. Oops. Is that better? I'll get the hang of this one day. That's my leek potato and carrot soup. It's very comforting. Thanks. Oh, that bite was hot. Funny side note. So my sister called me just a few minutes ago, and she said, I really liked your short on the caramelized onions. But did you realize that that picture that's featured, and she meant the thumbnail picture that basically YouTube chooses for you? And I kept trying to change it, and I said, yes, I know. She goes, well, it's like red on a white background. I said, and we both said at the exact same times, you mean a period pad? Oh my God. I guess I have to change it. I have to find a way. If anyone has a suggestion on how to change a thumbnail on a short, please tell me.